Morning, Yasin, Yasmin. Hassan Gouda, good morning.
Good morning, Yusuf.
Okay. Yusuf Awad, Baghdadi, Layan, Baghdadi, Layan, Haya, Haya. So Layan is joining. Like to welcome Hassan Gouda, Haya, Layan, Yasmin, Yasmin Said, Abdurrahman Baghdadi, and Yusuf Awad. Again, Hassan Gouda, Haya, Layan, Yasmin, Yasin, Abdurrahman Baghdadi, Yusuf Awad. Welcome, guys, and sorry for being absent last week. Kiara. Some people thought that I have coronavirus, but it's not corona at all. I'm okay, as you can see, alhamdulillah. Okay, it was just some circumstances which I went through, and they're over, alhamdulillah. Okay, and I'd like again to thank those who asked about me. Now we have 9 people in the room, 8 students and myself. Morning, Kiara.
Morning.
Morning, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so last week we did chapter 23, 23.1, 23.2. The topic of chapter 23 is agreement, subject verb agreement, and pronoun verb agreement. I'd like to welcome Janna Gouda. Janna Gouda. Okay, Ryan. And today we're going to do in the first session, inshallah, we're going to try to finish Lolwa, chapter 23.3, special problems with pronoun agreement, some exceptions, some special cases of which you need to be careful. Once you are familiar with the basic rules of pronoun and antecedent agreement, you can refine your skills in this area. This section will show you how to avoid some common errors, common mistakes that can obscure the meaning of your sentences, which can make the meaning of your sentence vague or ambiguous or not clear. Vague, you know the meaning of the word vague? Vague means hard to understand. Vague pronoun references. One basic rule governs the other. More specific rules of clear pronoun reference. Let's see what it is. A pronoun requires an antecedent that is either stated or clearly understood to avoid confusion. Again, any pronoun requires an antecedent that is either stated, mentioned in front of you, or clearly understood. If it is not there, you can understand clearly, okay, why, to avoid confusion. The pronouns which, this, that, and these 4 pronouns should not be used to refer to a vague or overly general idea. We'll see later in the example. In the following example, it is impossible to determine exactly what the pronoun these stands for because it refers to 3 different groups of words. Let's see. Jay was carsick, the dog was restless, and the air conditioner was broken. But we have 3 cases or 3 situations. Jay was carsick. You know carsick, when some people vomit when they are in the car, when they are traveling, like seasick. We have carsick, okay? The dog was restless and the air conditioner was broken. I'd like to welcome Hassan Ruhaim. Okay, so these Tadrus, these made our trip to the aquarium unpleasant. Okay, these made our trip to the aquarium unpleasant. The vague reference can be corrected in 2 ways. One way is to change the pronoun to an adjective that modifies a specific noun, like in the first example here. And the second way is to revise the sentence so that the pronoun these is eliminated. Let's see. Jay was sick or car sick. The dog was restless and the air conditioner was broken. These misfortunes. So I understand what these are now, because in the first sentence, which was vague or not clear, these made our trip. These what? Maybe the first and second, maybe the second and third, maybe the first and third, maybe all of them, but these is not very clear here. But here in this sentence, these misfortunes, the three misfortunes. Here we have bad luck. Jay was car sick. Here another bad luck. The dog was restless. Here a third bad luck. The air conditioner was broken. So these misfortunes made our trip to the aquarium unpleasant. This is a specific way to correct the mistake here or the vague here. But by making the pronoun an adjective, these misfortunes, by putting a noun after the pronoun, okay? These misfortunes. Misfortunes is a noun, and these here play the role of an adjective, but it's clear now. These what? These misfortunes. In the second sentence, we do what? We revise the sentence or delete the pronoun. Jay's car sickness. So we made this the first sentence or clause like this. Jay's sickness and the dog's restlessness and the air conditioner's breakdown. These three things made, we deleted the pronoun these, made our trip to the aquarium unpleasant. But we know exactly what made the aquarium or the trip to the aquarium unpleasant. It's these three things combined together. Okay. The personal pronoun it, they, and you should always have a clear antecedent. Ali? Again, these are the personal pronouns it, they, and you, it, first, third person singular, they, third person plural, you, second person, singular and plural, should always have a clear antecedent. In the next example, the pronoun it has no clearly stated antecedent. Marge is studying marine mammals next year. It should be very educational. It is what? It is what? Again, there are two methods of correction. The first method is to replace the personal pronoun with a specific noun. Okay? The second method is to revise the sentence entirely in order to make the whole idea clear. Here, correction. Marge is studying marine mammals next year. The experience, because it is what? It's not clear, it's vague. The experience should be very educational. Another way of correcting it, Marge's study of marine mammals next year should be very educational. So we made it a noun here. In the next example, the pronoun they is used without an accurate antecedent. Let's see it. Here the sentence is vague. I enjoyed reading Moby Dick, but they never explained what the whale symbolized. Who are they? It's vague. It's not very clear. Okay, we need it to be very clear. So we can correct it this way. I enjoyed reading Moby Dick, but the author never explained. So I know who never explained. Here it's the author or the authors, what the whale symbolized. Another way of correcting it, I enjoyed reading Moby Dick by Melville, but he, so I have he, and he refers to Melville, the writer or the author, never explained what the whale symbolized. Okay, so the antecedent is very clear. Another example, when we arrived at the aquarium, they told us that the whale show was about to start. Of course, in spoken English, guys, it's very clear. We understand who they are. Maybe the people who are responsible for this aquarium. But when you write standard English, you should state the antecedent clearly So when we arrived at the aquarium, the ticket taker, for example, the ticket taker told us that the whale show was about to start. Or when we arrived at the aquarium, we were told that the whale show was about to start. When we arrived at the aquarium, we were told. We don't have they, the vague pronoun they. Another key concept, use you only when the reference is truly to the reader or listener. Use you only when the reference is truly to the reader or listener. You couldn't understand a word Jim said. It's vague because you doesn't talk to, or you're not addressing the listener or the reader here. It should be corrected this way. We couldn't understand a word Jim said. Okay, another sentence, another vague sentence. In the school my great aunt attended, you were expected. No, you here, the reader can't attend the school of the speaker's great aunt or the writer's great aunt. This was 60 or 70 years ago. So it should be students, or they were expected to stand up when addressed. Yeah, and this is what happens, still happens in some of the governmental schools nowadays. Note about it. In many idiomatic expressions, the personal pronoun it has no specific antecedent. In statements such as it's late, it's raining, and it's true, we use it all the time, as you can see. The idiomatic use of it is accepted as standard English. Because here, it is late. What is late? I talk to someone and say, it is late. Not you are late. But it's acceptable. It's acceptable in modern or standard English. It's acceptable. Okay, it's raining. It is true. Again, this idiomatic use of it is accepted as standard English. Exercise 31, revising to correct vague pronoun. References, rewrite the sentences below, correcting the vague pronouns. Let's look at the example. The whale is a fascinating mammal living in the sea, which has long interested people. Which has long interested people. Okay, so we can, we have the word which is what? It's not very clear. It's not very clear. So we can correct it this way. The whale, a fascinating mammal that lives in the sea, has long interested people. That here refers to the whale or that mammal, and the sentence is clear. But here which has long interested people is not clear. Here, rewrite the sentences below, correcting the vague. Who can do number one, guys? Whales are warm-blooded mammals that breathe with lungs, which not everyone knows. Hassan wants to answer. Hassan and Yusuf, you'll say, where is the vague pronoun and how can you correct it? Of course, there is more than way to correct it. I have Yusuf Awad's hand raised. And Ruhaim كان رافع ايده بس هرب. Okay. Yusuf.
رفع نفسه.
Okay. Yusuf Awad?
بس مستر.
You raised your hand to do number one, right?
Okay,
thank you. Go ahead.
Whales, comma, which not everyone knows, comma, are warm-blooded mammals that breathe with lungs.
Okay, we can correct it in another way. Thank you, Yusuf, for this, but I think it's which not everyone knows. It doesn't give the same meaning, Yusuf. Whales are warm-blooded mammals that breathe with lungs. This fact, not the whales, because when you say whales, which not known by everyone or everyone knows, You mean that not everyone knows the whales. You changed the meaning. We can do it in another way. I have two other raised hands. Hassan.
Um, it should be we should change the Vic pronoun.
Which is which here?
It should be
Hmm.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know this one. I have to
No
check.
problem. No problem. Who's ready to do it, guys? Tadros, go ahead.
Not everyone knows that whales are warm-blooded mammals that breathe with lungs.
Thank you. This is accepted. Good. Not everyone knows that whales are warm-blooded mammals that breathe with lungs. Perfect. It's clear now, and Tadros deleted the pronoun completely. Maho, we said sometimes we can delete or eliminate the pronoun. Okay. Thank you, Tadros. So Tadros said, not everyone knows that whales are warm-blooded mammals that breathe with lungs. Can anyone do it in another way, or? Huh? Okay. Number two, who can do number two? There are two kinds of whales, toothed whales and baleen whales. This was explained by our teacher. Where is the, Haya wants to answer, where is the vague pronoun Haya? Where is the vague pronoun here? This, good. How can you correct it?
Our teacher explained that there are two kinds of whales,
Perfect.
toothed whales and baleen whales.
Perfect. We can say, as Haya said, our teacher explained that there are two kinds of whales, toothed whales and baleen whales. Thank you, Haya. Number three, guys. Number three. Number three. Who can do it? Baleen whales eat krill. Baleen whales eat krill. This must be a type of fish or something, which I learned in science class. I think this is easier than 1 and 2. Baleen.
The second essay.
Who this? Ruhaim? Okay, Ruhaim.
I learned in science class.
Okay, Hassan.
What,
Where is the
mister?
vague pronoun? Where is the vague pronoun?
Which?
Which? Yes.
I learned in science class that baleen whales eat krill.
That's it. Thank you. I learned. In your three answers, you deleted or eliminated the pronoun, and this is one way of correcting it. Thank you very much. Let's move on to the next point, which is ambiguous. Ambiguous means not understandable. It's hard to understand. A pronoun is ambiguous if it can refer to more than one antecedent. Again, a pronoun is ambiguous. You know, ambiguous means hard to understand if it can refer to more than one antecedent. Okay, we'll have examples soon. When a pronoun has more than one possible antecedent, the sentence is unclear and difficult to understand. A pronoun should never refer to more than one antecedent. Sorry, a pronoun should never refer to more than one antecedent. A personal pronoun should always be tied to a single obvious antecedent, not more than one. In the following sentence, he is confusing because the pronoun he is confusing in this sentence here because it can refer to either Joe or Walt. Revise such sentence by changing the pronoun to a noun or revising the sentence entirely. You can revise the sentence or rephrase it or reword it. Look at the ambiguous sentence here. Joe told Walt about the whales he wanted to observe. He here refers to Joe or to Walt? It's hard to tell. Okay, of course, the speaker knows who he is speaking about, but you, the reader or the listener, find it ambiguous. Who wants to or wanted to observe the whales? Is it Joe or Walt? So we can correct it this way. Joe told Walt about the whales. Walt. Here, instead of he, we mention the name. Walt wanted to observe. We corrected the ambiguity this way. We have another key concept. Do not repeat a personal pronoun in a sentence if it can refer to a different antecedent each time. Ambiguous repetition. When John asked his father if he could, if he is John or his father, if he could borrow the car, he said this is the second he and this is the third he, needed it to go to work. So I have three he's and I don't understand to which antecedent each of them refers. John asked his father if he could borrow the car. Of course, John here refers to John, of course, because he needed it to go to work. It's clear here. When John asked his father if he could borrow the car, his father, not he, his father said he needed it himself. He here refers to his father to go to work. In the example, the second and third uses of he are unclear. To eliminate the confusion, one of the repeated pronouns was replaced. Notice in the second correction that the pronoun himself helps to clarify the meaning. He needed it himself to go to work. Of course, this is the father, not John. Let's move on to the exercise. Revising the correct ambiguous pronoun reference. Rewrite the following sentences, correcting the ambiguous pronoun references. Take some time to look at numbers 1, 2, and 3. Again, rewrite the following sentences, correcting the ambiguous pronoun references. Number 1. Marine biologists study undersea animals and plants. They are my favorite topic. Who wants to answer number 1? I have 11 students in the room. I have Abdurrahman Bughdadi, Kiara.
Yes, Mr.
I'm just calling your names because some people joined and left. I have
Okay.
Kiara, Yusuf Awad, Yusuf, Hassan Gouda. Why are you lazy today, Hassan? Hassan Ruhaim, Haya. Where is Haya? Yes, here. Lulwa. Lulwa, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr.
Okay. Ryan, are you there?
Yes, Mr.
So why are you silent today, dear? I have Yasin. Yasin, where are you? Miss you very much. Yasin Said, are you there?
I'm here, Mr.
Okay.
How are you, Mr.?
I haven't heard of you for a long time. And I have Layan. Layan, can you hear me? Lulu. Layan. So Ali joined and left. Mariam al-Naqib joined and left. Layan joined and left because she doesn't answer me. And Ganna Gouda joined and left. Hassan Gouda, can you hear me? Abu Ali, Hassan. Tab Yasmin?
Yes, Mister. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yasmin Saeed joined and left. Okay, so Ali, Mariam, Hassan, Agar Naguda, sorry, Layan and Yasmin Saeed are not with us. They joined at the beginning of the session and then escaped. Okay, Yusuf Awad is ready. Thank you for being active again, Yusuf. Number 1. Why is this sentence ambiguous first? Yusuf, can you hear me?
Because it doesn't make clear which subject is the
So,
best subject for him.
so we talk about the pronoun they, right? They are my favorite topic. Are they marine biologists? Is my favorite topic marine biologists or undersea animals and plants? You, the reader or the listener, find it ambiguous. Okay, so how can you correct it?
Yes, Mister.
Yes, Yusuf, I'm all ears.
Marine biologists study undersea. لا marine biologists study my favorite topic, which is undersea animals and plants.
Marine biologists, huh? Are my favorite
Study
topic.
my favorite. Study my favorite topic, which is undersea animals and plants.
Okay, it's clearer now. Thank you. Yusuf said marine biologists study undersea animals and plants, which is my favorite topic, right? Am I right? Am I right, Yusuf? Yusuf, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, number 2. Who wants to answer number 2, guys? Number 2. Ryan, go ahead. Stephen hopes to be a marine biologist. Huh?
Stephen hopes to be a marine biologist like his father, who studies the behavior of dolphins.
Thank you. Okay, because he here is ambiguous. He here we don't understand whether it refers to Stephen or his father. So Ryan said, Stephen hopes to be a marine biologist like his father who studies the behavior of dolphins. Thank you, Ryan. Number 3. Number 3. 3 guys. Kiara, are you there? Looks like Kiara is sleepy. Okay. Hassan Gouda, can you do it?
Mister, I'm here.
You're here? Okay, no problem.
Yes, but internet is bad.
Okay,
Forgive.
sorry for that. Can you do number 3?
Okay.
When Stephen told his brother Mark about his plans, he said that he would have to go to school or to a school near the ocean to study marine biology. Here the pronoun he is repeated. He said that we don't understand who's this he and who this he. Can you make it clearer? So, take your time, Kiara. Who's ready, guys? Who can do number 3? We have 2 repeated pronouns, he and he. We don't understand to whom does this pronoun refer or this pronoun refer. When Stephen told his brother, okay, Yassine, go ahead.
When Stephen told his brother Mark about his plans, Mark said that he would have to go to a school near the ocean to study marine biology.
Thank you very much. This is a way, one of the ways to correct it. Thank you very much. When Stephen told his brother Mark, about his plans, Mark said that he would have to go to a school near the ocean to study marine biology. Thank you very much, Yasin. Okay, we'll move on to the next point. Avoiding distant pronoun references. A pronoun too far away from its antecedent will cause confusion. Again, a pronoun shouldn't be away from or far away from its antecedent. They should be as close as possible. A personal pronoun should always be close enough to its antecedent to prevent confusion. A distant pronoun reference can be corrected by moving the pronoun closer to its antecedent or by changing the pronoun to a noun. In the example below, look at the example. It is too far from the antecedent leg. It is too far from the antecedent leg. Look, Molly shifted her weight from her injured leg. 2 days ago, she had fallen, cutting herself on the glass that littered the street. Now it was swathed in bandages. Now it was swathed in bandages. Her leg. It here refers to her leg, but it is very far away from the word leg. So we can correct it this way. Try to put the pronoun it as close as you can to the word leg, the antecedent. Molly shifted her weight from her injured leg. Now it was swathed in bandages. 2 days ago, she had fallen, cutting herself on the glass that littered the street. Okay, so we put it directly after the word leg. Or we can make it in another way. Molly shifted her weight from her injured leg. 2 days ago, she had fallen, cutting herself on the glass that littered the street. Now her leg. So we can replace the pronoun it by its antecedent. Her leg was swathed into or in bandages. Exercise 33, revising to correct distant pronouns. We will do number 1 only. Rewrite the pronoun or the following sentences, correcting the distant pronoun references. Number 1. At the helm of the ship stood the captain, gazing or looking at the horizon. The passengers stood at the edge of the deck. Suddenly, he saw a whale's fluke rising from the water. Of course, he here refers to the captain, but the word he is far away from the word captain. How can you correct this? Try to put the word he as close as possible to its antecedent or replace it by a noun. It's very easy, guys, here. Who can do it? Who can do it?
Number 2?
Number 1.
Number 1.
Yes. Hassan?
1 second.
I'll explain why the sentence is not 100% correct. Because the captain, the first sentence, is the antecedent. And the pronoun that refers to it is in the third sentence, he. It's wrong.
معلش يا أستاذ ثانية بس عندي دوشة.
Take your time. Okay. Okay, take your time, Hassan. Is anybody else ready, guys? Lian, are you back? Lian. So, guys, tell Yasmin, Lian, Gannaguda, Mariam, and Ali that they are absent in the first session because they joined at the beginning and then left. unless they have a viable excuse or a plausible excuse, they are absent. Type. I'll do number 1. At the helm of the ship stood the captain. This is the antecedent. Gazing at the horizon, the passengers stood at the edge of the deck. Suddenly, the captain saw a whales. We can replace the pronoun he by the antecedent, the captain. Okay? We can correct it in another way. At the helm of the ship stood the captain, gazing at the horizon. Suddenly, he saw a whale's fluke rising from the water. The passenger stood at the edge of the deck. We can pull the third sentence and put it directly after the first sentence to make the pronoun he as near as close as possible to its antecedent. Okay? I'll move on to the next point, or I think this is maybe the end.
Mister,
Yes?
Leanne is telling you that she's facing some problems with her mic, so...
Okay. She could write this in the chat and try to tell me that she's there anyway, please. Thank you. Type. I'll end the session because we still have about 3 minutes and a half before the session, but there is an assignment. Please do exercise 39 here. It's grammar exercise or exercises on the whole chapter. You need just to choose one of the 2 verbs or pronouns or the okay. You have and you can directly write the answer. 1, the answer is or are and so on. You have 15, I think, 15 sentences. So the homework, guys, and it's in the weekly plan. If you refer to the weekly plan, you'll find that the homework is exercise 39 on sorry. So the homework is exercise 39. Do it and send it to me in an attachment via SMS only. Please don't send me anything via Messenger. Okay, Liane, we aren't answering now. I said that exercise 39 is the homework, okay? So your homework today, and if you refer to your weekly plan, you'll find that on Sunday, we have to do exercise 39, page 630, okay? I'll end the session now and see you in 5 minutes. But in the second session, we'll do novel, The Book Thief. Okay, any question? Okay, so on.